Okay, on this one, I forgot to go over this one real quick, so I just wanted to do that for you, so you know what you're doing when it gets to this assignment. So you'll notice that this has, again, our northeast, west, south, and west, or as my wife likes to say, never eat shredded wheat, or 90, or 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, or 0. So for this one, what you are supposed to do is, as you kind of see from the directions here, if the center point is a high point, so i.e. where you're standing, and the bearings listed below are points you're at in reference to the high point, what would you spell out? Remember to orient your lines to north. So basically what that's going to say is, I'm going to take this one down here, the last one, at 100 degrees. So I'm going to take my compass, and hey, look at that, it's already lined up to 100 degrees. So if you kind of see my compass here, kind of let it zoom in, I've got it lined up at 100 degrees right there. I'm going to put my compass on here, and I'm going to spin it, keeping in mind of 100 degrees is off to the east here. I want my Fred here and my N to be pointing north along these lines. I'm going to line this up. With my lines on there. And if I were to draw a line, so you can kind of see us say again, so we're at 100 degrees there, and I have my orienting line lined up with my line here, right there. So I know that my compass is pointing here 100 degrees true north. That's not necessarily where the 100 degrees direction, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to replace my ruler, my compass with my ruler, and draw a line. You don't have to you don't have to do that. You can kind of look at it and just see. But I've got my line on here. Actually, let me make my line a little bit bigger. And your goal is to see what letter lines up with your line. So my line's just a little bit north of my pinpoint there, and there's nothing over here, but you'll see that it lines up with a T that's just a little bit north right there. So at 100 degrees, I line up with T. Hopefully that makes sense. The other one, everybody's going to kind of get a little cheat here. And I'm going to say, we'll go with the opposite direction. We'll go with 260. So I'm going to take my compass. I'm going to spin this so that 260 lines up with my index mark right there. And I lay my compass down with my N pointing north. We'll go this side now. And I've got my N here going north with my compass. And I'll line that up. I'm going to draw a line. And again, make this line a little bit longer. And I want to see where it lines up. In this case, it's pretty darn close, but fortunately it cuts right through A, just misses O. So I suppose it could go either way. I'm going to say A, with the idea maybe it's an O. And I'll know once I start spelling out the rest of it whether it's supposed to be the A or supposed to be the O. So if I did a 120, I'd probably find out pretty fast which one it is, either going this direction or this direction. If I do that 120 bearing, so I line this up off 120 right there, and again, make sure you have this going north, and then I can kind of get my next letter along that line to see what makes sense, what goes here makes sense with that, or with that. So it kind of give you an idea. Hopefully that makes sense. Just try your best, and when you're done, it should spell out 4 different words there. So do your best, see what you come up with, and we'll see how you do.